So a new legend should be releasing next season, and it is believed that Conduit will be the next legend. However, a few things have popped up in the game files, and this could give us an insight on what abilities the next legend will have. And in these game files, they've been using Maali as a codename again, but when they use the codename Maali, this could also be Conduit. They could now be the same legend. They just like to use these codenames while they're, developing these legends. So Maali and Conduit could be codename for the same legend, and you'll see why in a minute, because Maali's abilities that are in the game files right now seem pretty interesting. And if you recognize the name Maali, this is a codename they've used long before in the past. I think it might have ended up being Newcastle, but these codenames they can use as much as they want, especially since it throws us off. But let's get into it. There is an ability called Zapper, which is a tactical ability, and this is Maali's tactical. Now, we don't get to know what the tactical really does, but we can build up some kind of guess, because first of all, the tactical is called Zapper, and if you remember what Conduit's tactical was, she could heal her teammates' shields at the cost of her own. Like, maybe she could zap her teammates and give them some of the shields. Or maybe you zap the enemies, but it's definitely electrical based, and this is why I definitely think Maali could actually also be Conduit, as Conduit also seemed very electrical based. It also has an arc ball trail effect, but these can definitely all just be placeholders. It seems like it might also fire a projectile, as it does have a projectile collision function, but there you go, Maali/Conduit's tactical seems to be called Zapper. Then we also had another ultimate pop up called Rainstorm, and this ultimate once again had the codename Maali Ultimate. So what do you think the ultimate ability Rainstorm could do? Could it, make it rain and maybe the rain damages the enemies, or maybe the rain heals your teammates and creates a zone where you can all heal? And if we finally do get to see this Rainstorm ultimate on a new legend, that'll be awesome, because we did actually get a Rainstorm ability leaked in the past for a character called Maali, who they thought was Vantage at the time. And this Rainstorm actually gave you increased damage when stood in the rainstorm. So it looks like they've been trying to cook some kind of Rainstorm ultimate for a long time, and if Conduit finally gets it, then I'm down for it. But Rainstorm again sounds very electrical based, just like Conduit's abilities. And if you remember, Conduit had an ultimate at the time called Arc Flash, where she essentially had an electrical cluster bomb that would damage enemies and heal her own shield. So maybe this next legend's ultimate is a Rainstorm that damages enemies and heals yourself. So let me know what you think of this, but it's getting very interesting, especially since they're using the codename Maali again. I think fans of Apex that have been around for a while and are interested in data mining will definitely be excited to hear that name again. So what do you think of the next legend having abilities like Zapper and Rainstorm? And I want to hear your theories in the comments down below.